Sojin, your best friend's voice echoes from the kitchen. Can you help me hang the lights in the living room? Jungkook should be back soon too. You're not brushing a strand of hair from your face. You've always liked being around her place. There's something comforting about it. Familiar, safe. The living room smells like fresh cookies and orange scented candles. You balance on the armrest of the couch, stretching to pin the last strand of fairy lights, your focus entirely on not falling. Then you hear the front door click open behind you. Nuna, I'm home. It's late afternoon, cozy, lively. You're helping her set up a small get together. Jungkook, her younger brother, has just arrived home from college unexpectedly early. You turn at the same time. The voice gets closer, fast, too fast. There's a sudden jolt. Your elbow jerks, your body twists to keep balance, and then hit happens. Your lips crash into someone's, warm, soft, unexpected. You freeze, eyes wide. He freezes too. You stumble back with a gasp, your heart in your throat, nearly knocking over a side table. Oh my god, Jungkook. Jungkook stands there equally still. His lips are parted, his cheeks are slightly pink, but he's not flustered like you expect. If anything, there's a flicker of something else in his eyes, calm, collected, almost pleased. He wipes the corner of his mouth slowly with his thumb like he's in a K-drama and says, "Hey, that was nice." Nice? Your voice comes out higher than intended. I just kissed my best friend's little brother. He blinks, that annoyingly unreadable expression on his face. Technically, you kissed me. You gape. You walked into me and you turned into me. He shrugs casually like this is something that happens every Tuesday. Accidents happen. You stare at him. Jungkook is taller now, broader. His once boyish face has sharpened with age, but the smirk on his lips is unmistakably familiar, mischievous and unbothered. When did he get so? No, stop. He's Sojin's baby brother. You've known him since he had braces and thought Naruto headbands were high fashion. Don't look so shocked, he says, stepping closer, voice low now. It's not like I haven't thought about it before. Your heart slams into your ribcage. What? You open your mouth to speak, but Sojin's voice rings out from the hallway. Hey, Jungkook, you're back? He sends you a wink, saved by the sister. And just like that, he walks into the kitchen, leaving you in the living room, stunned, lips still tingling, and mind completely scrambled. Time skip. The rooftop door creaks open behind you and your stomach twists instinctively. You don't have to turn around to know it's him. You hear the familiar shuffle of sneakers, then silence. He doesn't say anything, just walks over and leans on the railing next to you, close enough to make your skin hyper-aware. You exhale sharply. Did you follow me up here? Kind of hard not to when you ran away like your hair was on fire. Jungkook replies, a teasing tone in his voice. You give him a sharp look, but he doesn't flinch. His hands are in his pockets, body relaxed. Meanwhile, your chest still hasn't recovered from the earlier chaos. What happened earlier? You start trying to sound calm. It was just stupid, an accident. Can we just forget about it? He turns to you and his gaze pins you in place. No. One word, firm, steady. Your brows knit together. Jungkook, don't make this into something it's not. I didn't mean to kiss you. It's just, I meant to. You blink. What? I meant to kiss you. His voice is quiet but sure, like he's waited a long time to say this. I planned it. You laugh, except there's no humor in it. What are you talking about? Are you messing with me? He steps closer. I knew you would be facing the window when I came in. I knew Sojin would be in the kitchen. I knew if I walked up behind you, you would turn around just in time. You stare at him stunned. Your lips part, but no words come out. I've been trying to get your attention for years, Nuna, he says, and suddenly his voice is softer. You just never looked at me properly. You're 5 years younger. You blurt like that changes anything. He smiles a little, eyes dark under the rooftop light. So, you think feelings follow math? Your chest is rising and falling too fast. You want to say something, anything. But all you can see is the way he's looking at you. Like you're not just Sojin's best friend. Like you are you and he sees it all. You finally manage. You're still in college, Jungkook. I'm working. I'm supposed to babysit you, not... I don't want a babysitter. He takes another step now right in front of you. I want you to see me, not as Sujin's little brother, as someone who's liked you since he's old enough to know what liking someone meant. Your breath catches. His words crash into your carefully built walls like waves on fragile glass. You look away. I need time to think. He nods, doesn't push. Take all the time you need. I've already waited this long. He turns and walks back toward the door, but just before he disappears inside, he glances over his shoulder with a half smile. You kiss surprisingly well for someone so panicked. The door closes, and you're left alone under the stars, head spinning and heart racing. Time skip. The next day, you're sitting on the balcony with a cup of coffee trying to work, but your mind keeps drifting. Jungkook's words echo in your head. You start remembering, and then, like puzzle pieces slipping into place, you begin to see what was already there. You wrap your hands around the coffee mug, hoping the warmth might calm your nerves, but it's useless. I planned it. I've been trying to get your attention for years. You shake your head, but memories begin to stir. Moments you never paid attention to now play like a highlight reel from his eyes. Flashback, school festival, when Jungkook was 13 years old. You remember the high school gym filled with balloons and loud music. Sujin was dragging you to see her class's haunted house. Her little brother was tagging along, holding a juice box like it was a sacred relic. He kept glancing at you and nudging Sujin. What? She snapped at him. Nothing, he muttered and quickly ran ahead. You had ruffled his hair playfully, still such a shy kid. He had flushed bright red. You didn't see it then, but now you remember how he stayed close all day, trailing behind, stealing glances when you weren't looking. Then, when Jungkook was 16 years old, you had slept over one summer night, lounging in Sujin's room watching movies. You got up to grab snacks. The hallway was dim. His door was slightly open. You passed by briefly, catching Jungkook sitting at his desk, sketching something. He didn't notice you looking. Now you remember, the drawing was a girl's side profile. The jawline looked familiar. The next morning, he avoided your eyes all through breakfast. Another flashback, your graduation. You were standing outside the school gates with your diploma, surrounded by classmates. Sujin was cheering, arm around your shoulder. Jungkook stood a feet away trying to act bored, but you saw him snap a photo of you when he thought you weren't looking. Back then, you just smiled at him. You're growing up fast, huh? And he had replied, eyes holding yours a little too long. I'll catch up soon. You thought it was just a cheeky comeback. Now, your breath catches at the memory. Back to the present. The coffee's cold, your hand tightens around the mug. He's liked you all this time. You feel it now, how he used to linger around the kitchen when you visited, how his voice deepened and you had noticed it one day and felt oddly unsettled, the way his eyes would flicker to your lips when you talked, how he always seemed to remember the tiniest details about you. You hadn't seen it then, but you see it now. And it terrifies you because it means your world's shifting and there's no going back. Time skip. Later that evening, you're back in your apartment, curled up on the couch, a blanket over your legs, and the room dim except for the soft lamp by your side. Your phone buzzes with a message from Jungkook. But you don't reply. Instead, your mind drifts to the moments you thought you had forgotten. You stare at your phone screen until it goes black. You're not okay. You're confused, flustered, and curious. I have been trying to get your attention for years. Maybe he has, but you've been noticing things too, haven't you? You just didn't know what to call them. Flashback. You were over at Sujin's during spring break last year. She had gone out to run an errand, leaving you and Jungkook home for a bit. You remember reaching for a plate on the top shelf and struggling. Then, out of nowhere, a warm arm had reached over your shoulder. Here, Jungkook had said, grabbing it with ease. He was tall now, broad. There was a faint cologne on him, cedar and vanilla. You had turned to thank him, but the words had caught in your throat. His face was too close, his eyes too steady. Thanks, you had muttered, stepping back quickly. He had just smiled. You told yourself it was nothing, but the way your stomach had fluttered, it had felt like something. Another flashback. You'd come over during a rainy afternoon a few months ago. Sujin wasn't home yet, so Jungkook let you in. You were soaked. He offered you a hoodie. It was soft, oversized, and smelled like him. You remember pulling it on and catching him watching you from the doorway, lips twitching. It suits you, he had said low. You had laughed awkwardly. You're such a flirt, Jungkook. But something about the way he said it made your pulse quicken. That wasn't just teasing, that was real. Another flashback. You couldn't sleep one night and had posted some song lyrics to your story. Melancholy, vague, about feeling lost. You hadn't expected anyone to respond, but Jungkook had called. You okay? You're awake? I'm in college. Sleep is a myth. You remember talking for almost an hour about nothing and everything. His voice was soft. He asked how work was, if you were eating properly, if anyone was bothering you. You had hung up feeling strangely warm. You told yourself it was sweet, that he was growing up, but the truth was you had felt safe and seen. Back to the present. You bury your face in your hands. How didn't you see it? Or worse, did you see it and choose to ignore it? Because if you admit it now, you'll have to admit something else too. That the reason your heart raced when he got too close wasn't confusion, it was interest, attraction, maybe even something deeper. And you were falling for him. And now you can't pretend otherwise. Time skip. A quiet cafe tucked in a side street near your office. Late afternoon, gentle rain tapping against the windows. You asked Jungkook to meet. You said you just wanted to talk. He came without hesitation. You spot him through the glass before he sees you. Hood up, hands shoved in his jacket pockets, cheeks pink from the cold. When he walks in, he notices you instantly. No hesitation, no fidgeting. He just smiles. That smile, the one that used to say I'm Sojin's little brother, now feels like it means something entirely different. He slides into the seat across from you. Hey, you nod. Hey. There's a pause. You look down at your coffee, stirring it even though you're not adding anything. He speaks first. So, he says, tone cautious but gentle. You didn't run this time. You glance at him. I thought about it. That makes him chuckle, but his eyes don't leave you. What changed? You let out a breath. I remembered some things I didn't think meant anything at the time. He tilts his head. Like what? You meet his gaze. Like how you used to pretend not to listen when Sujin and I talked about my crushes, but you always remembered their names. How you showed up to my graduation even though you didn't have to. How you looked at me like your words trail off. Like, he prompts softly. Like I wasn't just your sister's friend. He smiles again, but this time it's smaller, more vulnerable. You weren't, not to me. The honesty in his voice knocks the breath from your lungs. He leans forward, resting his elbows on the table. His voice lowers, intimate. I used to lie awake wondering what it would take for you to see me, not as a kid, not as someone off limits, just as a guy who's been crazy about you since he was old enough to know what love felt like. You blink. Love? He shrugs, a shy curve to his lips now. Okay, maybe not back then, but it started with a crush, grew into something deeper. You stare at him, letting the truth sink in. He waited. He saw you all along, and what terrifies you more than anything is how right it feels now. This closeness, his voice, the fact that it's Jungkook. Jungkook. You whisper, you're not that kid anymore. He lifts a brow. No? No, you say, shaking your head slowly. You're a man now. He watches you, lips parting just slightly at the change in your tone. You add, voice a little unsteady, and I think I might have started noticing that too late. He leans in, eyes warm and unwavering. You're not late, you're just here now. The air between you shifts, thick with years of built up tension, unspoken words, and something brand new forming in its place. Something real. Time skip. A week later, it's evening. You're outside Sujin's apartment building, heart pounding as you press the elevator button. You haven't seen Jungkook since the cafe. Not because you were avoiding him, because you were deciding. And now you have. You knock gently. The door opens. Not Sujin, but Jungkook. He looks surprised, not shocked, just quiet. You breathe in. Is Sujin home? He shakes his head. Went to Busan for the weekend. Said you knew? You nod. I did. He leans on the door frame trying to read your expression. His voice is cautious. So, you came here for me? You hesitate just for a moment before stepping inside. Yeah. The door closes softly behind you. There's silence, not awkward, just heavy with meaning. I've been thinking, you begin taking a few steps forward to the living room. About what you said at the cafe and about how you have liked me, how patient you've been. He stays where he is, hands in his pockets, watching you like he's afraid to speak and ruin it. You keep going. I kept asking myself why I never saw it, and I think it's because I didn't let myself. You were off limits in my head, too young, too close. He finally speaks, voice low, but I'm not too young anymore. You meet his eyes. No, you're not. A beat of silence passes, then you say it, soft like a secret. I like you too, Jungkook. His breath catches. You take another step forward. I don't know exactly when it started. Maybe it was the night you called, or the time you gave me your hoodie, or maybe it was the whole time and I just buried it under rules I made for myself. His eyes are burning into you now, full of everything he's ever held back. You smile faintly, but I don't want to pretend anymore. I don't want to run away from how you make me feel. He stops inches from you, voice barely above a whisper. Are you sure? You nod, chest rising and falling quickly. I've never been more sure, and this time when he kisses you, it isn't accidental. It's slow, soft, deliberate. Years of waiting folded into one moment. Your fingers slip into his hair. His arms wrap around your waist like he's afraid you'll disappear. You pull back just slightly. This doesn't mean I'm still not freaking out a little. He laughs, breathless. I would be worried if you weren't. You grin. But I'm also really happy. Me too, he says, brushing his thumb over your cheek. Took you long enough. You roll your eyes. Don't ruin it. He adds, and you know, although my feelings for you was unstoppable, I always wondered if you would fall for guys younger to you. Heat rushes to your cheeks. Well, I am surprised too. You made me realize I do. The way he kisses you again with that same quiet devotion tells you this isn't just a moment, it's a beginning. Time skip. A sunny Saturday afternoon. Cherry blossoms are in bloom. You and Jungkook are walking hand in hand through the park after grabbing coffee from your favorite street stall. You're in one of his oversized hoodies, and he's got that smug smile on, like holding your hand is his proudest achievement. You're staring again, you murmur, nudging him with your elbow. Jungkook hums. I'm allowed, you're mine now. You scoff. You say that like we signed a contract. He smirks. Should we? You laugh, cheeks heating up. You're impossible. And yet you still like me. He leans in, whispering, deeply, helplessly. You show him lightly, but your smile betrays you. The park is calm, birds chirp. Petals fall gently around your shoulders. He stops walking and turns to face you. What? You ask, eyes squinting in the sun. He brushes a petal from your hair and says, you make everything feel lighter, like maybe I wasn't just waiting for you, you were finding your way to me too. Your heart does a full somersault. You whisper, I think I was. And just as he leans in to kiss you, someone shouts behind you, what the actual? You both freeze. You turn slowly. Sujin is standing 5 feet away with a grocery bag in one hand, wide-eyed, jaw dropped, staring at your interlocked fingers and very close faces. You and you, she gasps, pointing between you both like she's solving a murder mystery. When? How? Why are you kissing in public? Oh my god. You try to explain. Sujin, it's not what it looks like. It's exactly what it looks like. She screeches. Are you dating my brother? My baby brother? Jungkook mutters. I'm 23. Shut it, traitor. You and Jungkook burst into laughter. Sujin glares. Unbelievable. All those sleepovers, all those snacks I shared, you were plotting world domination through my family. You go to her, arms out. Come on, don't be dramatic. I love you, and now I like someone you just happen to be related to. She narrows her eyes. Do you really like him though? You glance at Jungkook. He's grinning like a fool, one hand waving sheepishly. You turn back. Yeah, I really do. Sujin exhales, then groans. Fine, but if you break his heart, I'm telling our entire school reunion that you used to cry during Disney movies. You grin. Fair. She tilts her head, peeking at Jungkook. And you? She raises both her eyebrows twice. She's my best friend, okay? Don't you dare hurt her. He laughs but blushes anyway. I wouldn't dare. She walks off, grumbling. Jungkook loops his arm around you, whispering in your ear. That could have gone worse. You snort. She hasn't texted the group chat yet. Give it 5 minutes.